All right, I'm here in Moncrief Hall. I got my boy Markel with me. I'm gonna let Markel actually knock on the door. But we looking for rooms. We looking for some good dorms. They decked out, and I heard this is the spot.
Like Corey said, we're here to look for some rooms. And so again, I'm Markel. Corey, let's see if this room is actually the best place to be.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Me and Corey were just going around Moncrief looking for the best rooms in Moncrief, and we heard that 137 was the room to be in. Is that true?
That is true.
Can we come check it out?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the spot already.
Rug.
See you in Fort Worth.
Nice.
So this is our living room area where me and my roommate and my suite mates all like to hang out, and we eat dinner here almost every night, and we love to just study all together. We make the lighting in the room very dark, but it makes us all feel very close and at home.
It's a vibe.
It's
Yeah,
a
I
vibe.
feel you. It's a
yeah.
vibe.
And then this is where we normally get ready. We actually put our desks underneath our beds instead. So we got a vanity to get ready at. And that's also super fun to get ready for game days.
Okay.
Then if you come over here, this is actually where we normally cook all of our food. And we buy all of our groceries from like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, and we just all love to eat healthy here, and it's so yummy.
Hey,
So-
Trader Joe's is right down the street.
yeah, right down the street. And these are our two beds.
Okay, love the dresser with the lights. Okay.
We have lots of storage in these. Like each one has different clothes, and then we also have little dressers underneath our bed for storage. And then this is like where my roommate keeps all of her jewelry. She actually has her own jewelry brand.
Oh, okay. Shout
she
it out if
works
you
on
want
it
to.
here.
Yeah.
It's Kylie Pick Jewelry. I'll bring you all into the bathroom. This is the bathroom.
Oh, hey.
This is
Okay.
the bathroom. We all have matching towels with coordinating colors, and
Look at
then
that.
we just have this little cute shower curtain that we added, and just some fun wall pieces to spice it up, and then cute little shelves to hold all of our extra stuff and all of our robes and fun stuff.
That says shower karaoke. Do you sing in the shower?
Oh yes, we do sing in the shower. We do.
Well, welcome to our room.
Okay. Are we in 138 now?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
So over here we have our dressers and vanities where we like to get ready and do our hair and makeup, which is super fun. On our couch, we all four like to get together and watch The Bachelor, which is super fun.
Oh, for sure.
And cozy nights with some sweet treats. We love it. It's super nice, all the storage that we get to have in the bathroom. We keep like some extra food up there and then cleaning supplies as well. And lastly, under here, we both have matching dressers, which helps a lot with extra storage for our clothes.
Dang, y'all have really hacked the dorm room, I feel like.
We did. We packed it all in really tight.
For sure. And I like how y'all's little middle dresser is different.
Yeah, so over here we actually got this made by one of my mom's good friends that does lots of furniture, but this is where we keep all of our snacks and food, and then we put the fridge and microwave that they give us in there because it fits right in, so we kind of just make our meals over here. And then obviously this is our cozy little bed setup that we like to hang out in because it's like super close. And you know, we also have this more storage over here that we actually got ourselves. It's for shoes and all of that. And then we keep our jewelry up here. And we also really wanted to point out our little lights above our beds that we got. It's actually really sets the mood when we're going to bed. We like it. It's like one of our favorite parts about our room. And then also for more storage, like in the closet, they actually give us a lot of storage and then some good drawers in there. And then we also decided to add a TV that rolls around.
Yeah, this is smart.
It kind of, everyone says it reminds them of like a hospital TV. But it's awesome. Like, it's seriously great. You can move it in that living room, you can move it in their room, and we can move it in front of our bed. So it's super fun. It's a great gadget to have for the dorm.
So the Bachelor's getting watched on here.
Oh yes, The
Okay.
Bachelor. Last night actually.
Okay, I'm about to say, what other shows y'all watching?
Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Big into that one.
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, XOXO, for sure.
Also, another really cool thing about Moncrief and our specific location is that, like, outside you can really see Frog Alley when during
For like
the,
tailgating
yes,
and
for
stuff.
tailgates, and so it gets like the vibe going when we're getting ready for the game and see all the tailgates being set up. It's super fun.
Sheesh. What a vibe. How do you feel, Markel?
I'm impressed. I've not seen any TCU student make a room this nice. I feel like I'm at home.
Right. I was
Like
like,
I'm right at home.
I would never leave. Y'all, this is
Be here all-
incredible. And
Thank you.
part of me is like,
Enjoyed it.
if I would have saw y'all on the move-in day, the first question I would have asked is like, how is this gonna fit? But y'all made it work.
Oh, we made
we
it
were
work.
thinking the same thing. For
Yeah,
all of it.
seriously. We're
So
bringing
kudos.
everything in. It was crowded, but it ended up working.
Jeez. All right. Well, shout out to 137 and 138 because it is nice in here. I was looking for the best room. And I think I found it. If y'all think y'all room better, let me know. But like Markel said, I haven't seen much
I
better.
haven't seen much better. This takes the cake.
It's crazy. Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so welcome to Dorm Diaries. Thank y'all for being a guest on the show. I'm Corey, so I like to host the show. I'm the Associate Director of Housing and Res Life. And the show itself is about connecting with students and their first and second year on campus and what it's really like to live at TCU and in some of our halls. So, if you can, tell the world who you are, what's your classification, where you're from.
Yes, my name is Ella Spicer, and I'm a freshman here at TCU from Rockwall, Texas.
I'm Karis Baker, and I'm also a freshman from Rockwell, Texas. We're from the same hometown. I'm a fashion merchandising major.
And I'm an interior design major.
Okay, so what's the dream for both of y'all, like in y'all's majors when y'all get out of TCU? What do y'all want to do?
I'd love to either be just a buyer for a brand, or I'd also like to be like a personal designer or a personal shopper for like people. I think that'd be such a fun thing. Or I could start my own business with fashion. Like all of those things sound great to me, but I'm just like seeing where it takes me for now.
For sure. Okay, what about you?
And I would definitely like to work towards possibly owning like my own firm one day. But I definitely want to focus on the residential side of interior design. So
Hmm,
get some good tips for decorating my own house someday.
for sure. Well, I think I got to spend some time touring your space and like, you might already be there, right? If you want to start that business now.
Seriously.
Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, at some point, if you're watching this, you will see this. But if you are listening, I mean, these rooms are decked out. They're perfect. And one of the reasons why I had this episode, which is called Dorm Decor and Organization, why is it important kind of to make a space your home? So I'm going to ask you some questions kind of leading to that. So you come to campus, you have Moncrief, or maybe this starts even before campus, right? You get your assignment. What is like your first thoughts?
We didn't know about Moncrief and we didn't really know the way it was set up or anything. So, the TCU website's really helpful about that. The housing website, we just went in on there and just looked at all the dimensions and stuff. And we were like, how are we gonna plan this out? And so we had already been looking at Pinterest and all the fun different decor we could find for our dorm, but like we had to first get our assignment. So once we did get the assignment, we like immediately started looking for stuff that would actually fit in with the dimensions and just finding the measurements and yeah, the technical stuff and then the fun stuff after that.
Okay, so before you even got here, you're like, the Pinterest board's going crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Pinterest boards are going crazy, group
Crazy.
chats were being sent.
Yeah.
But one of our main like goals was through the process we wanted to definitely document a lot of pictures and some of the things that we used for our room so that other people who want to live in Moncrief in the future can have this kind of as like a resource for them since
Yeah.
some of the things could have been a little updated.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but
No,
we're
that's
so
nice.
happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
No, for sure. It is beautiful. So I'm actually glad that happened. And you kind of talked about this. So one of the questions I have is like, y'all are from the same area, didn't go to the same high school, right?
No.
So when you figured out that y'all were going to be roommates, like how did y'all connect? And then like go a little bit more into how the planning was, and did y'all have the same style already, or
Mhm.
how did y'all come together on one vision on this is how we
Yeah.
want it to be?
Well, Our moms had already worked together through a different organization called NCL. They worked together with a big event that we had to plan for our senior year, and so we also knew each other from that same
Oh, nice.
organization. So it
Okay.
was like a mom and daughter thing, and that was a good way we connected. And we also connected just through cheer connections because we both did cheerleading in high school. And then the way we kind of came together was like we did a dinner with our moms and like just talked about a ton
Yeah.
of things and decided a few things. Like, what are your thoughts on like the colors and all that?
Yeah, we were lucky enough that both us and our moms have really similar styles.
Yeah.
So that wasn't much of a challenge to go over, but we definitely went through like different ideas of how we wanted to lay out the room and what we wanted to be like matching, what should be
Hmm.
different and all those kind of things.
Yeah, I think we went through about like three different layouts of the room. Like my mom, I don't know where she found this random thing, but she loves like she's really good at drawing out a space. And so she drew out the whole space with all the dimensions on like a smaller piece of paper. And we just like cut out pieces of our bed or like whatever and like place them in different places to figure out like the way that we were gonna lay it out, which is probably a
Mhm.
lot of extra
Yeah.
things to do that most
Not
people
everyone
wouldn't,
has to
but
do that, but
I'm glad that we could set it up this way because it seems like it hasn't been set up this way a lot in the storm. So
For sure. Okay, yeah. That's I feel like that's so much planning. I mean, a
yeah.
guy like me, I don't have a interior design
Right.
bone in my body. But there is something special about like just walking into a space and immediately feeling like, oh, this is home. Like
Yeah.
this is set up. Your room feels so cozy that
uh,
anybody can be in here and it feels like it just feels familiar, right?
Yes,
yes.
for
So
sure.
like why do you think that is important? Or for you, like how has your space been important for you in your first year of college?
It's definitely been important just because everything kind of happens in this small space. So we wanted to like maximize all the functionality that we could get
Yeah.
with a lot of like storage and things like that. And then just kind of separating the room into like different zones helped. Obviously, so we can have like an area where we can study and not be distracted, which has been really important. And then also just to like lounge out, make some food and all those kinds of things.
Yes, and also since freshman year as like new students, like we are used to this like Texas area and all this stuff, but like a lot of people could be coming in just like such a new start and like even us it's a new start with like new friends and like new things to do and like we think that this is like the space where like we can hang out and come back to like our home and like just get to like hang out and do our homework in here and get ready and all that. I think it's like made it seem so much more comforting coming back to a place that feels like home even though we aren't close to home.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
that was also something that was so important to us whenever we were like thinking about everything that we were going to include in our dorm because I remember us being like, "Oh, we need a couch with some extra seating
Yeah.
because hopefully we can have all our friends over and
Yeah.
watch TV or get ready for game days and all those kinds of things."
Yeah.
Okay. So what's like one thing in here that you feel like you have to have, you couldn't live without?
Ooh, maybe we'll each have one.
Um, I would say, well, I said this earlier in the little tour, but I love our our
Your
lights
lights.
of our bed. I think that they like really set the mood, and then I also think that I could not live without the vanity. Like we have,
Mhm.
like we sit there every day to get ready and do everything. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
describe your vanity for those who haven't
Oh,
seen it yet.
yes. So our vanity is just a small little desk thing, but it has a little drawer for all of our makeup and getting ready hair stuff. And it has a big mirror with lights. And we just like to do our hair and makeup there for game days and just for the normal day.
Yes.
It also has some LED
Yeah, some
signs. I
LED
think.
signs with our name.
Little,
Made it all cutesy.
okay, so your
Yeah.
lights and your vanity, you can't live with that. What about you?
Definitely. Um, in addition to both of those things, for sure, I would say this couch, honestly,
Yeah.
because it helps so much with not having to like sit in our beds during the day. So, kind
Mhm.
of like having a different area to sit whenever we're in and out from classes or things like that. And then also, really random, but I feel like every freshman needs to have a good vacuum. We've gone through
Ooh.
like 3 different vacuums. So, maybe make sure that you splurge on that one because it's definitely useful for everything
Yes.
that's coming in and out.
For sure. That is a tip right there. A good
Yeah.
vacuum. And the vacuum will last you longer than your dorm too. So
That's
you know,
right.
Yeah.
you might
4 years.
exactly. You
Good
might
vacuum.
graduate and still be using the same vacuum. I'm telling you, I have been using the same vacuum since I was in undergrad. I should probably upgrade, but it is
That's
what it is.
exactly right.
You buy it right once, you don't have to buy it
Yeah.
again. So, all right. So we talked about some of your favorite things, but like, is there anything that you wish you would have thought about before, or maybe you think it was a mistake, or you had to change, or did you put it together and it just fit perfect, and you're like, we're not changing nothing.
Ooh.
I feel like we've talked about a few things we could
Yeah.
have added or different ways we could have set it up. We really wish that we could have fit the couch in between our beds,
Oh
like,
yeah.
but
That
the
was
way
something
that
I'd seen.
yeah, like it was really cute just on Pinterest and like all the inspo we saw was like it looked so homey with the couch in between the bed and then like a little table in front of it and like a wider gap between there. But unfortunately with like the dimensions that didn't work. But I ended up still liking it how it's like a separate space. So like
Yes,
it ended
I
up being
agree.
perfect.
Yeah.
But like that was something we did envision
Mhm.
before.
Yeah, just the way Moncrief is laid out, we have a sink kind of at an angle, which is nice because we get a lot of storage. But maybe if you're in like a different type of dorm, that's something you could think about,
Yeah.
like having your 2 beds and then the couch in the middle is
Okay.
super fun
For
and a
sure.
different way to lay it out.
Man, y'all are out here giving knowledge and tips. So I'm gonna ask you for another one then. If I'm a freshman, say living in either Moncrief or another dorm, and my room is kind of nice, and I think I like my setup, what is your tip for keeping things like tidy?
Mm. We both have been great about that. I'm like really thankful
Definitely.
that we have the same like outlook on keeping everything clean because yeah, I guess just like picking up clothes when you're done with them and like just everything, just
Yeah.
any little thing laying out. It's like you can leave it out for like a day, but no longer than a day. Like
Yeah.
if it's sitting out for like a long time, then like I like get on myself and I'm like I'm gonna pick that up. And especially just living with someone else, like I've obviously always lived alone at home. It helps to like keep yourself accountable because you're like, oh wait, someone else is sharing this space with me. So be reminded that if you're sharing a room with someone or not, like you're still sharing a general space and like you really need to watch that because it's important to like keep
Yeah.
that clean.
Definitely. And something that we kind of had to learn the hard way, but we definitely got a lot better at the second semester was making your bed every morning helps so
Yes.
much because that's just extra things that you can get off the floor and
Yeah.
get all looking nice since the beds obviously take up most of the space in the dorm room.
Yeah,
So that helps a
totally.
lot.
Yeah, I might need help with that in my real life.
I wasn't like that before I came here, but
Seriously,
now
I'm
I'm
like a
like,
good bed maker, but I feel like it also not only like the cleanliness of the room, but it like it helps you have a good start to your day. It's just like, oh, I
Definitely.
accomplished one thing today.
Yeah.
Like it just feels good.
A
So
good life tip, you know.
Yeah.
It's like checking off that one thing for the day. If you can do one, you can do two, and if you
Yes.
can do two,
Yeah.
you can do 12 or however many you got to do to get through the day. So, I noticed that y'all not only have a kind of a shared space in this room, and it is on brand and on theme,
Mm-hmm.
but the bathroom is too. And I'm like, do y'all not share that with somebody else?
Oh yes.
So tell me a little bit about like that journey of like having suite mates, but also still having, a cohesive theme with not only your roommate, but your suite mates.
Okay, yeah. So we had a little group chat with all of our roommates and our moms together, and we were just like sending inspo and stuff, and we just saw a lot of cute stuff with like the different towels and the monograms and all that. So, my mom actually had the idea to do like each of us have a different color coordinated thing. So like each of us have a different color for our towels, and then we also did we all have the same robes but a different color monogram on it. So it kind of helps us distinguish that. And then we each just like decided with the cohesiveness of like all of the colors together. We picked like rugs and pieces and like art on the wall to like match all of our favorite colors together.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I saw that in there.
Yeah, I
different
feel like
colors.
the goal of that was just to make everything really cohesive. And some people like don't prefer that, and some people do. Personally, I feel like having everything look the same in uniform already makes it look a little bit cleaner.
Mhm.
But
sure.
that's just kind of our opinion on it.
Yeah.
So that's what we decided
Well,
to
it
do
does
with
look-
everyone.
It does look
And-
very uniform and clean. So
We're really happy with it.
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, last question I have for you is how do you feel in go into this as far as you would like to, but I'm like a metaphorical person, so sometimes I get a little deep when probably I shouldn't.
Oh, you're
But
good.
how do you feel like your room reflects you as a person?
We're both very outwardly expressive people. Um, Me more like emotionally, her more just like very opinionated and strong and like dominant in her like self. And so like we're both in that way, like very outward with our personalities, which is a great thing. And so I think it represents like all the colors and the bright like light colors, a lot of whites and light blues and pastels. Like it represents like a softness, but also just like outward, like happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the room is very fun. And we were just both excited to come to TCU and kind of put our personality out
Yeah.
there. And I feel like a lot of girls these days look forward to decorating their freshman dorm room. So we had a lot
Yeah.
of like future planning to get here. And we've just had so much fun with it. It's kind of nice to decorate like one space and only live in it for a year and then kind of move on and get to do something else. So that definitely helped us too,
For
just
sure.
with being creative.
Okay, well, I love it in here, and I feel like if I ever have a space that needs to be designed, which I probably will, might have to hit you up because it does feel great in here. And I don't have the eye for this, but I'm happy that y'all were able to share the space with us and with people who are going to watch because I do believe in all the things that you're talking about, right? Why it's so important that you can design a space that is for you and it feels like you and it feels like home. And
Uh-huh.
you might be helping other people out who maybe have similar thoughts but can't really execute it. But you have the vision. And I love how you talked about taking pictures and stuff and putting it on Pinterest for other people that may live in Moncrief later
Yeah.
that can use y'all's inspiration. So
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
thank y'all for being on this episode. I'm gonna actually go talk to your suite mates, give them kind of the same ringer to see what they say. But I appreciate it. So if y'all have you want to share any last words? Oh, actually, no. This is how I wrap it up. I ask everybody this. Okay. Everybody on the show, I asked them. You're of course familiar with the Riff Ram chant.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So what out of that chant? What is your favorite 2-word pairing?
Oh.
I like lickety lickety.
Okay, it's good. It is great.
It's funny.
Our director, I think that's what she said too. She was like, lickety lickety is the one. Okay. Lickety lickety for you. What's your favorite 2-word pairing?
I guess just Riff Ram.
Riff Ram
Yeah.
is so hard. It is so tough. Love that chant. I'm a Bazoo. I feel like Bazoo feels fun. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
But lickety lickety is all. I love it all. So
It's so unique.
for sure. All right. Thank y'all for being on.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Okay. So I just got to talk to your suite mates.
Mhm.
And I wanted to come talk to you and your roommate. Now your roommate had class.
Yes.
And she was so sweet. She was like, I'll miss it. No, we're not missing class for this. So I'm very proud of her for going to class.
Me too.
But so I get to talk to you. You know me. I've introduced myself to everybody else. I'm Corey.
Mhm.
So tell me, what is your name? Where are you from? And what's your classification?
My name is Brittany. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm a freshman.
Okay. How'd you make it from, or what was the decision to make it from like Austin to TCU?
I really liked the location. I feel like it's far enough away that I can still go home and feel like I'm living my own life. And me and Kylie actually are from the same high school, but
nice.
we're like two of the only girls that I really know from my high school. So it feels like we kind of went across the country in a way
Mm-hmm.
that we don't like really know anyone. But um I really enjoyed like being just us two because I've like learned a lot about myself being here, and I can easily go home or go actually to OU where I have a twin sister,
Oh, nice.
and she goes to school at the University of Oklahoma. So some weekends I go up there or she'll come down here, and it's like the perfect in between.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's about like 3.5 hours or something like that, or
Yeah, like 2.5,
2.5.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 really.
So it's a super easy trip up there.
Yeah, right down the man. That's nice. So shout
Yeah.
out to your sister. And thank you for coming to TCU. How have you enjoyed it so far?
I really liked it. I really love the campus. I feel like everyone here is super sweet and really loves to like go out of their way to talk to people. And I really like how the campus is small, so you kind of get to know everyone. It's not too big, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it here.
For sure. It seems like it would be big, but then when you
Mhm.
get here, it's like everybody's a family and they know each other, right? Like,
Yes.
okay, no, I definitely get that. So earlier, the whole point of this whole thing was, hey, I want to see what what some students are living like and how they are really decorating their rooms.
hmm
And your hall director was like, "Oh, I know the girls. You need to go see their room. It's incredible." And you did show me around. And it is incredible. So I want to ask you a little bit of questions about like why, what your process was, why you decorated your room the way that you did, and then a little bit more deeper questions about, what it means to you or how you connect with it. So from the moment that you knew you were coming to TCU, and
hmm
maybe you had, and you can talk to me about this, maybe y'all had coordinated this together. Did you and your roommate know that y'all were going to be roommates together?
Originally we both didn't get in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the deferral process and I believe she did as well. So we didn't get in until like beginning or middle of March.
Okay.
And right when we got in, we were like, oh, like, do you want a room together? She was originally planning on going to OU. She wasn't even planning on coming here. She had all her roommates set. And she kind of reached out and was like, hey, if I end up going to TCU, like, would you like to room? And I was like, yes, of course. Like, we actually grew up literally down the street from each other, but we
wow.
were never like friends in high school. We kind of were in the same crowd, but we didn't really hang out. But whenever we decided to both come here, we definitely started talking way more. And we tried to coordinate a few things, but I would say like we honestly kind of just let each other like pick out things.
Mhm.
And we came here with a lot of stuff and just picked out of what we had. Um, like we coordinated like the headboards, the bedding,
Right.
um, and we picked out the wallpaper together, but other than that, like we kind of were just like we would send pictures to each other like, hey, like what do you think about getting a couch? What do you think about getting this? And then we sent a couple ideas and then we were like decided who would buy what and then
Just
it
came
kind of just all
together.
came together, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So is y'all favorite color pink? I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot of pink in here.
We love pink.
It's balanced very well with other like colors, but I'm like, man, this very pink in here. I enjoy it. So that's
Yeah.
y'all favorite color.
I'll be
You're rocking
honest,
with it.
like when we first put it together, I was like, okay, wow, like this is a lot of pink. But I mean, you only get to decorate your room freshman year once.
That
Might
is
as well
true.
just make it super pink and fun.
Right? Make it what you want it to
Yeah.
be. Right? Which is the reason I was like, I have to talk to some students about this because I think that's important. But
Yeah.
why do you think that's important for you to say? Like you just said, you only get to do it once. Like, why is it important for you to have such a space that feels so comfortable and homey and cozy?
Well, I would say growing up, I have always been super close with my family, so coming here without them has definitely been a challenge. So just knowing like I have a space that I love to just come back to and that we honestly keep very clean and is very comforting just with like the lighting and like all the little details that we thought about is really nice to just come back and be like relaxed and not stressed out, but just, yeah,
Just chill
just chill.
for
And
sure.
it's just like nice to come back to like a room that we enjoy.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about like what's one thing you couldn't live without in this room?
Um, Probably like the fan.
You like to sleep wet, like the air conditioned cold or something?
Yes, like my room at home, it has a balcony attached. So
Mm.
like during the winter, I would like open it. I love my room to be super cold, but I know you can't really make it super cold here. I think it
Yeah.
only goes to like 70. So I like to have the fan on me and I like to be really cold. And like also at my room at home, like I would put the temperature like all the way down.
Sheesh. No, I feel you. I'm the same. We keep it cold and then we have a huge fan that we keep on. So
Yeah.
I'm rocking with you there. The fan is definitely a good one. Especially if you're like tucked in your cozy blanket, you know?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Nothing else? Anything else you feel like, oh, this is so perfect. It worked out perfectly in this room that like I need to have it always.
Um Probably having a little vanity area.
Yeah, they said vanity as well.
Yeah. I like that we get to I feel like a lot of girlhood is getting ready together and like it's really fun me and Kylie since we're both like we have the same style. We like can fit in each other's clothes and like we love to like get ready. So it's like super fun like
Yeah.
to be like, okay, like let's get ready for the game together and like we sit here at our little vanity and like do our makeup, we'll share makeup and then like we'll share clothes and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, y'all. It's like time that you get to spend together doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's true building community is doing things that that we enjoy together and
hmm
spending that time together. So the vanity for sure. Is there anything that like when y'all were designing the room or maybe you lived in it, so you know, what do you feel like is a I kind of missed there or like this was a challenge when setting up our room and getting our room good?
Well, I will say whenever we first just like we're trying to figure out everything, the original layout is not having our beds directly next to each other. It's
Mhm.
having them against the walls, kind of like in an L shape.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't know if they would fit directly next to each other to have this little living room area. And so that was one of our challenges was trying to figure out just like how we want to lay out our room. We actually cut out like little pieces of paper that we like measured like
Yeah.
to get the room dimensions. Like whenever we came to our orientation, like we like got the
Got
dimensions
the
of the
measuring
room.
tape.
Yes.
Like
So we were prepared with that. And we cut all the little pieces out and we're moving them around trying to figure out like how it would work, and that was definitely a challenge at first, just trying to figure out kind of how we wanted the room to be laid out. um I think we honestly did pretty well with like getting storage. I know that's a challenge for a lot of
yeah,
people,
for sure.
but there's a lot of storage up at the top, which is really great because we kind of just put our extra stuff in there that we don't really need.
Hmm.
And then also with us being close to home, we can like take home our winter clothes or take home our summer clothes,
Right.
which definitely helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And then you said earlier in the video, you said you put your desk underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so run me through like because it is very cozy in here. What is it like studying in here?
Um, it's honestly pretty nice. We kind of will all just sit around, even though it's kind of a small little area. We all just come and sit in here and like work on school and like eat our dinner or like watch a show. And yeah, even though it's crammed, it's kind of another like time where we all get to hang out and bond together, which is super fun. A lot of the times I'll actually sit on the ground and like use the table
Yeah,
because it's kind of lower, so I always just sit on the ground, which can be a little uncomfortable. Um, but I normally honestly go and like to go to the library and study.
mm,
So, but I'm a biology major while my roommates like are like one's a communications,
mhm,
one's fashion design, one's interior design. So
yeah.
I feel like sometimes I have to do a little bit more studying than them. So it definitely is different for me than it is for them. But whenever we are all together and we're like just working on school assignments, it's in here and it
Okay.
works out fine.
Speaking of your major, what do you want to do like when you graduate college, your biology major, what's the dream for you?
I am on the pre-dental track right
Oh,
now.
nice.
So I'm planning on going to dental school, and then the ultimate goal is to become an orthodontist
Nice. Okay.
and um try to have my own like practice, which would be super
Good.
fun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm rooting for you, pulling for you. I know you're gonna do that.
Thank you.
My advice to you is like I gave your roommate, go to class.
Yeah.
Number one tip. But speaking of tips, what tips would you give maybe a first year who's coming in next year and they're like, man, I need some tips of making my space like homey and maybe I have a budget I can blow. Maybe I'm on a budget. But what tip would you give to that student?
I would definitely start off and just think about like what's the necessities that you absolutely feel like you need and get those out of the way. But then think about little things from home that make your home feel like your safe space and try to implement them into your dorm, whether it's the lighting like we did or it's just like a picture with your family. Um, I would just say, yeah, just think of the little things that you have at your house that make it feel like home and try to bring them here.
For sure. That's a good tip. They talked about bringing a vacuum and I was like, having a good
Yes,
vacuum is a good tip, I must
definitely.
say, for sure.
And I would recommend we had the wireless one and that one it didn't
Oh,
work well.
like a
Just
cordless one, right?
get a cord one.
Okay, okay. I've always wondered about those, right?
Well,
I feel
'cause
like you need a little extra power, right?
well, yeah, like the I have a cordless one at my house, but I guess the one here we tried to get a cute one, you know?
Mm.
So it was like a cute color and like it just didn't work as well. So like on those like specific things like
Go for
make sure it's
function.
good quality.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Go for function over
Mhm.
the cutesy. I feel you on that one. I've never owned one, but I've thought to myself, like, I feel like maybe they need like more power to be, a better product. But
Yeah.
a good vacuum is the way to go for sure. did you find? I know you said earlier that y'all kind of just came with your own style, but another tip you may give somebody: is there any places that you look for inspiration?
I would look on Pinterest and kind of you can search up like any style of like types of rooms that you like on there, and then also look at like TikToks. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how you found our
It is
room.
exactly how I found yours.
So you can definitely find a lot of inspiration from there. And I know a lot of people on there. It's very easy to like reach out to the creator of the video or like
Mhm.
comment and like figure out like, hey, like where'd you get this picture from? On Pinterest, it might be a little bit more difficult. Um, I'm not even sure. I don't really look on Pinterest that much, but
Right.
we did look on Pinterest and we sent pictures back and forth of what we liked.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Pinterest and TikTok is where I would look
All
for
right. Shout out
inspiration.
to Pinterest and TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last question: how do you feel like your dorm room reflects who you are as a person? I know, deep question. Like, why did you ask me this? Like, deep question. But I like to get these little deep questions.
um, well, I definitely think the pink is very much like it shows my personality because I love pink and I
Mhm.
love being girly and I love like just like the little parts of being girly, like the vanity and all that type of stuff. And I think that my dorm, before I came here, I'm gonna be honest, I was not the most like organized,
Mhm.
clean person. And I think that coming here, like, and being with a roommate, I've learned more about like keeping my space clean. And I think my dorm, like, has honestly shown my growth as a person and like how I have grown to be like more organized and
Yeah.
more like, um, conscious of like my roommate
Mhm.
and like those types of things.
Yeah, that's very. I'm actually glad to hear you say that because I feel like that's a very mature point of like understanding and seeing your own growth.
Hmm.
Of, hey, I did not used to be this, but now I'm more forward thinking of the space that I'm living in with other people. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they can, living in a dorm with your roommate and friends and suite mates has helped you kind of realize that. And then my true last question is this: I ask everybody this before we sign off. Okay,
Okay.
you're familiar with the Riff Ram chant, correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you weren't, I was about to have to teach you. But of course you know.
Hmm.
What in that chant, like, what's your favorite two-word pairing? Like mine is Bazoo.
Um, I think mine's Bazoo too.
Doesn't it just roll off the tongue?
Yeah,
Like
it
it just
does.
feels good. I like
It
Bazoo.
does.
And I honestly like it all. Second is Riff Ram, and then third is Lickety Lickety for me.
You've like put a lot of thought into this.
I really have, but the Bazoo, it feels good, doesn't it?
No, yeah, it does.
Boom.
I
Okay.
can agree.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much for opening up your space, giving me your time to chat about this lovely space. I can't wait for this episode to drop. And if y'all have new iterations and new spaces, I'm going to have to be on the lookout to see it.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
All right.